What's up and welcome? You know it. Court is back in session with your favorite judge, Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. What led to the Phoenix Suns' downfall? Looking at this team, it's a hot mess now. They went from a contender to a borderline play-in team to the most disappointing NBA team. I don't know about you, and I've been saying this since last season. I've been saying it since Frank Vogel got fired. Break up this team. Break it up, okay? It's just time to blow it up, start over. It's obviously not working well, and I don't see it working out. They're bad. They're a very bad team. There's no way you have two superstars in Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on the same team, and you can't even make the play-in. It just keeps getting worse for the Suns. I can't believe how bad this team is that it couldn't get any worse. But nope, I thought wrong. Just keeps getting worse and worse. Every game, it's the same issues game after game. And there's really only one way to fix it. The uncomfortable truth about the Phoenix Suns and what is obvious is that the locker room is toxic and it's not connected. The locker room is a disaster, and I believe Durant and Booker are both at the center of that. Again, you want to clear out the toxicity. You got to start trading some people. A bad environment creates a lack of trust and persistent disregard for the team. When you have a group of players who show little energy, no effort, lack of commitment, that's never a good thing. And you're seeing it on a nightly basis where the Suns are playing zero defense, no heart. There's no connectivity. The connection and the chemistry is horrible. They aren't playing as a team. I mean, there are a multitude of wrongs. It's impossible for all of them to be on the same page when there is zero cohesion with those players. It's the worst effort you've seen from an NBA team with this much talent. This team just doesn't seem to be clicking. They built the team around superstars, not necessarily a winning team. And it feels like everything is going downhill. The Suns have gone from being a top 5 team to this dumpster fire. All they've done was put a bunch of names on one team and expected them to be winning games and playing for championships. It's like the lowest of the low. And I know they came back and won to beat the Clippers Tuesday night, but it still doesn't do much to convince me that this team can compete. Every now and then, you're going to win a game. That doesn't mean you're a good team. You just happen to win the game. It was a rare comeback win against the Los Angeles Clippers, but most of the time, when you watch the Phoenix Suns, it feels almost like they hit rock bottom and go a step lower the next game. Okay, you climbed one step higher with a win over the Clippers, but in the next contest, knowing the Suns team, you fall down 2 steps, if not a flight of stairs, and may never get back to the top with the regular season slowly coming to an end. They're the joke of the NBA. Right now, they're the NBA punchline. It's one of the worst teams ever assembled. A reminder that talent doesn't win championships. Consistency does. Cohesiveness does. I don't care how much talent you have. You're not winning if you don't have those things I just mentioned. Time to blow it up. Time to blow it up. I don't think this will be the same team next year. Not long ago, Devin Booker ripped the current team's attention to detail, which tells you everything you need to know about this team's competitive fire and emotional investment. Can any of you name a team leader on this roster? Because I can't. I don't know who is the leader on this team. I'm not sure there is a leader in the locker room. It certainly isn't Kevin Durant. Obviously, not Devin Booker. The head coach, Mike Budenholzer, is already on the hot seat. To me, he is. He's already on the hot seat because it appears to me that he's lost the locker room. Just on Tuesday night, KD was seen beefing with Budenholzer. The video shows Suns coach Mike Budenholzer exchanging words when Kevin Durant was walking to the bench. Budenholzer sticks out his hand to Durant. Durant doesn't like it, doesn't take it too kindly, reacts by pulling his arm away. As he continues walking away, Durant turns around and barks back at his coach. It's not good. It's not good at all. Yeah, listen, I think when you start to have a player taking a shot at the head coach, it's never a good thing, right? What's missing besides an alpha leader on the court? The energy, the urgency, and a whole host of other issues. The other thing that's missing is a head coach, somebody who can set a tough tone with his players and make everyone accountable. You know, Suns fans, and so many of you are seeing this turn into an absolute disaster. This idea of a Suns Big Three has turned out to be not such a great idea after all. To stretch out the conversation and broaden it like I'm doing here, that's the target we have to it, right? We have to call it for what it is. We were told that Mike Budenholzer is known for his tough love and holding his players accountable. The whole reason they made these all-in moves and moved on from Frank Vogel was because they felt, well, Budenholzer is this defensive first kind of coach, somebody who will hold it together and make his guys accountable. But clearly, this coach isn't getting through to anybody on the roster, it seems. It's a big problem. I mean, that's just the harsh reality. And now Budenholzer is probably going to get himself fired. I would lean like if I had to bet my life on it, that Budenholzer won't be back next season and that this team will look completely different next season. You look at it and go, God, man, he's a champion as a coach, but he's clearly not pushing the right buttons. If the players and the head coach aren't getting along, then you're not going to win much of anything. Durant and Booker just can't get it together, even when they're on the court together. They get blown out. If you need to be reminded, it's the same team. It's the same team that got swept by Minnesota last year in the first round. To add to the misery, they lost all 3 meetings to Minnesota this season. So the Wolves are dominating them even without Karl Anthony Towns. You're just looking at them right now. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. And if I'm Devin Booker, I'm getting the hell out of Phoenix. Okay, I'm requesting a trade. I gotta go. I can no longer waste my precious years in Phoenix. I'm saying bye-bye. If you're the Phoenix Suns, you have to move on from either Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. If they don't move Devin Booker, then there is only one other option, is to move Kevin Durant. You trade him away, you're definitely going to get assets for him, but those assets you're going to get is essentially the start of a rebuilding project. Devin Booker is not going to want to stay in Phoenix and be part of a rebuild. So therefore, he's going to at some point ask for a trade. It's coming. It's coming. I already think he's growing tired and is ready for a change. The things that are getting in the way of a championship, in my opinion, are not going to change when you have an owner who thinks you can go all in by giving up draft capital and putting three superstars on one team and expect them to produce wins and deliver titles. I'm discouraged. I don't believe in that Suns team, and I think Booker is looking at it like, hey, I'm 29 years old. I've been in the league about 10 years now. This is an absolute mess. It's an atrocity. It's a waste of my time. And I want to go to a team where I can contend. If I were him, I want out. I'm surprised KD by now hasn't asked to be traded. Usually when the going gets tough, he's running from his problems, ready to join a team already stacked in position to win a championship. And yeah, the Phoenix Suns gave up awfully a lot to get Kevin Durant, and the last two stops haven't gone well for him. It didn't work out in Brooklyn, and it hasn't worked out in Phoenix. They had a young nucleus that they blew up in order to make this trade happen, basically gave up their future. That KD trade buried them. You gave up Bridges, Cam Johnson, and 4 first-round picks. They sold their future for KD. Trading their unprotected 2031 first-round pick just to not make a win now move is a disaster. This team is not going anywhere. There's going to be a different look for sure. End of story. You can't keep this core together. No flow, no chemistry, no camaraderie. It's just a group of flashy big names that don't fit together, and it shows. I'm not buying the fact that their quick playoff exit was all on Coach Frank Vogel. It wasn't all his fault. Under new ownership, Phoenix rushed into 2 trades that greatly limited the roster, then decided they didn't need a starting point guard. They went all in with this roster and they lost. You gotta look at the Phoenix Suns situation. They went all in to get Kevin Durant, and if you look at the makeup of this team and their big three at glance, it's inexplicable when you think about Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. It's kind of weird when you have a pair of superstars averaging 26 points per game and they can't win. They've lost 11 of their last 15 and have fallen from 8th place in the Western Conference to 11th, 3 games out of a play-in spot. This is just pathetic. It is bad. I think with the way this season has gone, it has foreshadowed the end of Devin Booker. Where is his head now? Where is his state of mind? We've seen enough to say the Phoenix Suns reached the point of no return. It's awful in every single way possible. The owner decided it was a good idea to build a team around a big three and nobody else, and they've been bad ever since. This season is a wrap. It's it for the Phoenix Suns. This team has a loser mentality. No one plays together. It's a lot of individualism. It's just bad basketball all the way around. And ever since they gave up, again, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Ayton, they never really recovered from that. This team has not been that good ever since. This team needs to be blown up. They need to break up this roster. They need to just completely start over because the Phoenix Suns are just that bad, and I don't ever see it getting any better. Get rid of Devin Booker. Get rid of Kevin Durant as far as I'm concerned. And just get younger. Damn it, just completely start over. This is a catastrophe in Phoenix, man. It is bad, and I didn't think it would ever get to this point, but it has. And the Phoenix Suns have reached the lowest point. Wow. Just unbelievable. Hard to put into words. But guys, it's been fun. Once again, as always, I love chatting about sports. I love spending time with you. Thank you guys for spending time with me. It is great, as always, to have you. And if you guys like the content, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button for me. And we'll talk again very soon. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so anytime I go live or anytime I upload a video, you guys know that I'm there. And guys, you guys can also keep up with your boy on Twitter, SportsJudge85, TikTok, the SportsJudge85, and follow me and like my fan page on Facebook. All right, guys, I'm out. I am the Sports Judge. See you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your night. It's a rainy night here in Southern California. As you guys can see, very cloudy out here. It's rain. You guys can probably hear the rain in the background. It's just beautiful and refreshing right now. Too much of it, it starts to get to me. If we get too much rain, it becomes a problem. But a little bit doesn't hurt every now and then. I don't mind. We need the rain. We're dry here in Southern California. But guys, talk to you guys again very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you next time.